Futures are trading slightly higher to start off the holiday-shortened trading week, with investors eagerly awaiting key inflation reports later in the week. The Nasdaq and S&P 500 are coming off 5 straight weeks of gains, buoyed by shifting expectations about future rate cuts despite the Fed's stance on maintaining rates due to a resilient economy. Treasury yields dipped as the implementation of the T+1 settlement cycle began, aimed at reducing risk and improving liquidity. Although Tuesday's session is light on major economic data, market participants are looking ahead to Thursday's preliminary GDP data and Friday's PCE price index print. Economic data is especially of note following remarks from Minneapolis Fed President Neel Kashkari, who suggested that rates might be held steady or even increased if inflation remains high. Kashkari is slated to speak at 8:55 a.m. on Tuesday. Stocks on watch heading into the session include big tech names like Nvidia and Apple, the latter of which is rising on foreign phone shipments in China, and GameStop, which announced a significant stock sale. GameStop Corp is up 25.26%. Gapping up after the company announced it raised $933 million by selling 45 million shares at an average price of $20.74 each. The proceeds will be used for general corporate purposes, including potential acquisitions and investments. The announcement comes amid renewed retail investor interest spurred by the return of Keith Gill, known as Roaring Kitty, on social media. Trading higher pre-market after data from the China Academy of Information and Communications Technology showed that foreign smartphone shipments in China surged 52% year-over-year in April. This data comes amid a rebound from earlier weak performance in China due to intense competition from local brands like Huawei. While not mentioned by name in the data, Apple is the country's main foreign smartphone brand. Nvidia continues to trade higher following its impressive earnings report last week, where the company not only beat expectations, but also raised its quarterly dividend and announced a 10-for-1 stock split. Additionally, the information reported that Elon Musk's xAI, which recently raised $6 billion in funding plans to use a large cluster of Nvidia H100 GPUs to enhance its operations. Tesla is on watch after proxy advisory firm Glass Lewis urged the company's shareholders to reject CEO Elon Musk's $56 billion pay package, citing its excessive size and potential negative impact on smaller shareholders. This recommendation follows a Delaware judge's nullification of the 2018 pay package, with shareholders set to vote on it again at Tesla's annual meeting on June 13. Glass Lewis emphasized that Musk's substantial 12.9% ownership of Tesla, valued at about $74 billion, already aligns his interests with the company's, warning that the massive stock grant could dilute the value of existing shares. DraftKings is trading sharply lower pre-market after the Illinois Senate passed a bill increasing sports betting taxes, making Illinois one of the most expensive states for such businesses. The new legislation imposes a 40% tax on the highest adjusted gross revenue, leading to concerns about higher long-term tax rates and potential cuts in marketing expenditure. Dell Technologies is trading higher pre-market after making new all-time highs during Friday's session. This surge is driven by strong optimism for generative AI applications. The positive sentiment followed Nvidia's robust quarterly results and optimistic revenue forecast, with Dell benefiting from its recent launch of AI-oriented PCs and powerful servers in collaboration with Nvidia. Dell is scheduled to report earnings after the bell on Thursday, May 30th. PayPal Holdings Inc. is trading higher in the pre-market today following a report from the Wall Street Journal. The company is said to be planning to launch an advertising network, leveraging its extensive user data gathered from millions of consumer transactions and spending behaviors. Leading this innovative initiative is Mark Grether, the former head of Uber's advertising business, now serving as the senior vice president and general manager of PayPal Ads. This move follows PayPal's introduction of the AI-driven advanced offers product back in January 2024. Shares of Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings are also trading higher pre-market. This comes after Mizuho upgraded its rating for the stock from neutral to buy and raised its price target from $21 to $24. The upgrade was attributed to favorable industry supply trends, effective cost control initiatives, and a strategic reorganization of itineraries, which are expected to improve yields and operating leverage. Additionally, the stock has a 6.7% short float. Meanwhile, Sealanded is experiencing a downturn, gapping down after Indonesia's antitrust agency accused the local unit of Shopee, owned by Sea, of violating anti-competition rules. The alleged violations include directing customers to specific delivery services, thereby limiting options and potentially favoring a company with ties to a Shopee executive. On a more positive note, Predictive Oncology Inc. is trading sharply higher today. The company announced that the results of its study on ovarian cancer, which were found to be positive, will be released at the annual meeting of the American Society of Clinical Oncology. The stock currently holds a market cap of $6.44 million with a float of 3.96 million shares.